Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Mia and I've actually made an effort for you today. Like this, it's makeup. Something I haven't worn on my channel for a very long time, and I just got to the point where I was like, I am fed up of looking at myself editing these videos looking like a little boy. So I've actually put my glam on for you. Also, peep the cute little fairness. Yes, I got a new pot. My room's nearly done. I'm nearly ready for my second YouTube video of my whole new room. I'm literally just waiting out on my bed and then there'll be another video. But today I am so excited to film this. I love filming these videos. I love filming sit down chitty chatty videos with you all. Literally just talking shite. Like literally just talking shite. I love it. Something I'm really good at. Basically, hang on, I just got a message from your fitness pal. You logged in 3 days in a row. No, I haven't. So thanks for making me feel guilty, because I have not logged in 3 days. I've not logged in. No, it's been a while, my fitness plan. Yeah, I'm filming a chatty advice. I mean, I love these videos, and something I'm quite good at giving is advice. Maybe not taking it, but who is? So I'm going to give it, and yeah, if I take it or not, I don't know. But I've got loads of questions. I asked my friends, I asked my makeup Instagram, what questions do you want? And if I'm honest, guys, we're going to go deep. We're going to go deep, because what is the point in not? If you don't want to get deep and get like proper in it, leave now. Yeah, we're going to get deep with these questions, because what have we got to lose? So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so this is just going to be a really relatable girly chat, because if I'm honest, I think we've all been in situations, we've all been in really similar situations, and I feel like when going through those situations, you look for advice and you look from loads of different points of views to make sure you're not mugging yourself off, to make sure you're doing the right thing, and just to kind of like see what other people deal with and how, you know, you want to deal with it in the best way. I have got so many girlfriends that have been through situations that I've given advice on, that they've given me advice on, and it's so much, and I just feel like I need to share it with you all. So the first question is how to deal with your first heartbreak and how did you cope? So a heartbreak is something that I think you probably go through more than once, but your first one always teaches you the most lessons, because you're going into it not knowing how to deal with your emotions. You literally fall for that guy off Mount Everest, because no one teaches you how to stop, or no one gives you boundaries. So yeah, you literally fall from the highest height, which is why it hurts. But you learn from it, and trust me, after that first one, you learn things really quick. How to deal with it, I would say you've got to just ride the wave. Really good advice there, Mia. What I mean by that is you are going to feel so upset and so sad. You're literally going to feel that way, and if you don't, hats off to you, teach us all your lessons. But you've got to learn to like, so yeah, what I would say is you've got to just vibe with the emotions. There's no point pushing it away, there's no point doing any of that shit. One thing I would say, and I'm going to be truthful with you now, you give them one chance. People break up with you and people will get rid of you, and people will, oh, you know, it's just wrong time, or oh, you know, I just don't think this is gonna work, I don't know if I want a relationship. Okay, that's fine, leave, let them go, okay? And I think everyone deserves a second chance. I think some people make decisions out of their own insecurities, and then they regret the decision, and they truthfully regret the decision, and that's cool too. Everyone has to learn from lessons. So I say one chance. None of this 3 chance bullshit, because what are they learning the 3rd time round? Absolute nothing, okay? 1 chance only. And if after that 1 chance they continue to take the piss, bin that boy off, or girl. Girls can be just as bad sometimes, because I tell you now, they're taking the piss. And girls, one thing that I can tell you, and I see over and over again, been there myself, done it, guilty, hands up, they then take advantage of it. Yeah, they're horrible creatures, what are we all doing? Nah, they do take advantage of it. They're like, okay, let's just play the game, let's do it. They literally put their game shoes on and play it. Take the piss, and you've got to get rid of it, because let me tell you, so many boys are out there. How many boys are in this world? A lot. I can't give you figures. There are so many boys out there. Do not let one take the piss. And I know it's a bit harder when you're involved and stuff. I just think you've got to just give them the chance, and then you've unfortunately got to let go of it. Another thing is focus on yourself, focus on your friends, go out, make loads of memories, literally have the best time ever. Because one thing that my mum tells me, my nan tells me, every woman and older woman in my life tells me, is that they spent so many years of their life obsessed with someone that means 0 to them now. And I get that you've got to invest in relationships and things like that, but you are putting energy into boys and relationships that you know in yourself are no good. So literally, let that boy go, and who knows, if you get back together in the future, you get back together in the future. If you don't, you don't. But my mum always said to me, I wasted so many times and so many years literally of my best life crying over boys. Imagine telling your children you never went on nights out, you were always sad because of someone that you never speak to ever. No, go out, get leathered, be sick on that curb and make the memories. That's my advice to you. And I actually had my first heartbreak when I was really young, actually back in high school, and it literally taught me so many lessons that I literally thank that kid. So yeah, I had mine really young, and now my friends and some people that I know are going through what I went at such a young age, but it actually taught me so much. Boss up and be a bad bitch, because do you know what? He will cry his eyes out for nights if you're a bad bitch. The next question is getting on contraception and approaching your mum. I mean, contraception isn't for everyone. Contraception, I know loads of people that take it. I'm personally on it. I think there's so many different options out there. I've used things like a lot of pills and the implant that literally made me the scariest female ever, because I had to get that taken out. Yeah, I think the one thing I'd say in regards to contraception, it's obviously so important if you're in like a relationship and if you're having sex, but one thing I would say is try different methods and don't settle for feeling poorly, feeling not yourself, being like anxious, or like, because I've had ones and one made me literally the biggest psycho ever. Like, I'm so sorry to anyone who met me when I was on that. I had one that literally made my skin scream, and I was like, whoa, I'm coming off this. I had one that literally gave me a banging headache full time, and then I had one that gave me a 3-month period, which for any female, and it just made me feel shit, because everyone on the period feels shit. So boys, if you're watching this, sorry that was gory, but yeah, I would just say make sure that you're happy with it. I'm actually on the coil, and I actually love the coil. I'm on the one with like next to nothing. I think it's like taking 1 pill a month, which for me is perfect, because it was the hormones that were making me crazy. In regards to approaching your mum, my mum was really good, and I think a lot of mums understand it. I think some mums are obviously a bit like, well, why are you on it? Why do you want to go on it? But there's so many reasons why you go on contraception now, and I just know that my parents and my mum would rather me be safe than but yeah, I mean, if you've got someone else that you'd reach out to. I know my friends are really good because it was at the same time when everyone was going on it and things like that. So you don't always have to tell your mum. You can go with one of your friends. I think one of my friends came with me for my first appointment, holding my hand. If you don't want to tell your mum but you want to go on it, then it's kind of down to everyone's different relationships. But I did go with a friend, and my mum obviously knows now that I'm on contraception. But yeah, and just be safe. That's all I'd say. Okay, this one, tips on independence. Now, I literally loved this question when I saw it. I was like, I am so here for this question. I think being independent is so important. Not relying on anyone, literally no one, is also important. I mean, they can add to happiness. Like, don't get me wrong, I literally would not be without going out on a Saturday night with all my girls and making so many bad decisions and silly decisions. But I feel like it's really important to like be independent and like go into situations on your own and feel confident and feel like you've got it. And things like being able to manage your money, and I don't know, like when I was little, I like wouldn't call the doctors. I'd be like scared to call the doctors, or like it could be tiny little things like that, or it could be big things like managing your money, or going and like to appointments on your own, or you know, just so many little things. And I know so many girls that are like proper obsessed with their boyfriend, and girls, don't get me wrong, I've been there. Literally been there, and it's so nice when you're involved in it and like in it. But when I came out of it, I was like, oh my god, like okay, I didn't really know how to be on my own, and that was also a really big lesson that I had to learn, and I'm really thankful that I did. But being independent, like it's quite rewarding and it's quite nice. Like work hard, work on yourself. Having a car was massive for me. Getting my first car and being independent and being able to bob about, being able to go see my friends, and I didn't rely on my parents for lifts and things like that. Like that was the first bit of independence I ever got, and I was like, oh my god, this is great. Like I can go and see my friends when I want, can go to the gym when I want, I can literally do what I want. I think it's important to have your own space and do your own thing, because it's your own little independence, and you don't actually realise how important it is until you don't have it, and you're like, whoa. Can you like piss off, please? You're getting on my nerves. Like I get peopled out so easily now. I'm like, oh my god, are you still talking? Like, ugh. I mean, I'm not that antisociable because I'll just talk back. Like literally listen to me. Have I stopped talking for 20 minutes? Absolutely not. But I do get peopled out. I'm like, oh my god, this is a bit much. I think this is lockdowns as well. I'm like, I have one conversation with Barbara down the road, and I'm like, what? Barb, you've just blown my mind. Like I'm not used to having this type of conversation, like intellectual conversations with people. Okay, let's have a look. Dealing with comments and people's opinions. Ciao anyway. So, you are the main character in your life. Like Chantel round the corner is the main character in her life. She is not the main character in your life, right? Chantel in 5-10 years to come probably won't live round the corner and probably won't care about what you're doing in your life anymore. But imagine if you didn't do something 5 years ago because you were scared about what Chantel was going to say. Did that make sense? I think it did. But basically, in other words, you're the main character in your life, so do what you want to do. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is valid to their opinion. Like, everyone can have an opinion. Like, that's normal. I have opinion on people, I have opinion on myself, I have opinion on situations, as do you, as does everyone, as does Chantel. But it shouldn't stop anyone from doing what they want to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, do what you want, wear what you want, see who you want, do what you want. Like, literally, do what you want, because if you're bossing it, people are going to have stuff to say about it. If you're really not bossing it, people are going to have stuff to say about it. So would you rather be bossing it and people talking about you, or not bossing it and people talking about you? Literally. And I remember something vividly stuck in my head, and I don't know if she's going to be watching this, but this girl that I know, I was with her and she said she was picked on for doing something at school, and those same people were asking advice, something off her, a year and a half later. And I'm so glad she said to me, she said, I told them to fuck off. And I said, I'm so glad. People can have opinions, but when you start making it vocal and start being nasty with it, it's not nice energy. Just do what you want, stay in your lane, let people stay in their lane, and you are happy as Larry. Like, literally, guys, I cannot stress to you how much this year I have changed my mindset so much. Like, for fuck's sake, I've started a YouTube channel. One I didn't do for years and years and years. If I'd started it back when I was 14, when I wanted to, I could literally be Saffron Barker right now. I could be Olivia Neal. And instead I'm not. So that is one of my regrets. I regret not starting it sooner. So I just thought, I'm going to have to do it. I've just got to do it. Which is why I'm here doing it. So all I'm going to say, do what you want and don't let anyone else stop you. And actually, I think you'll actually shock yourself with the amount of people that support it and DL support it. And a lot of people come out the cracks and they're like, oh my god, you're doing amazing and stuff like that, and I love that. That's all I'm gonna say. Money management. Can you give me some tips on that, please? Because I think, in my head, it's alright to pay £35 for a vase with an arse on. That's what happens in this head. So when you know the answer, please come back and comment below, because this girl needs help. In saying that, saving is so important. Like, I think saving is like one of the most important things, and I say that because obviously with like the uncertainty of this whole COVID thing, I've learned that thankfully I've got a job, but if I didn't, what would I fall back on? Because everyone has outgoings when you get older, and the older you get, the more you have to pay for, and the more outgoings you have, and the more covered costs you've got to cover. So saving younger is actually really important. I literally try and save as much as I can on a monthly basis. Like, I would rather save than buy a £300 pair of shoes. Like, everyone's got their priorities different, and everyone saves different amounts, and everyone saves at like different rates and things like that, but I would literally much rather save than spend all my money on clothes or things like that. And also I do like a good way of doing like money management is like how much you get a month, and then your outgoings, and then what you want to spend for yourself, and then see how much you can save. And if you write it all out and you know how much is going into your savings account every month, it's so much easier to do. Really hard trying not to touch it when a new bag comes out and you really want it, but yeah, that's my advice. Try and lay it all out. I love a good spreadsheet. I love a good spreadsheet. Okay, making new friends and new situations. New situations. Okay, so one thing I'm going to say to you, everyone is scared of meeting new girls. I would actually much prefer to go into a room and meet new boys than girls, and I don't think that's like, I think everyone is literally like that. I think going into a group of girls you've never met before can be literally the most intimidating thing ever. And I'm sure people think that about meeting me in my group, or literally anyone. Like, they could literally be anyone and I'd be like, whoa, quivering in my boots. Please never say that ever again. Literally be shitting myself. But you just gotta go in and be like, hi. Maybe not like that. Just be like, hi, how you all? Why am I telling people what to say? They didn't ask that. Yeah, like, obviously new situations can be a bit awkward, but you've got to wear your confidence. Like, I know it sounds weird, but sometimes if you feel uncomfortable, the best thing to do is just be overly confident. Just be like, hi, you alright? Even if inside you're like, I think me, when I'm shy, I can come across quite passive and like a bit like, alright. Whereas inside, I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting hot sweats. I'm really nervous. So it's not as much as, oh, I'm a bitch. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I feel really awkward. I feel really like scared. So I think everyone can relate there. But literally, I just feel like meeting new girls, it's a bit of a sticky situation. 14 vodka shots down, I'll be anyone's best mate. Like, I will literally be anyone's mate. But obviously when like you're sober and stuff, it's a little bit more awkward. And do you know what I really struggle with? If you've been on a night out and you've been 14 vodka shots down and you're like, hi, you alright? Yeah, yeah. Like, you're literally chatting shit to someone and chewing people's ears off. And then you see them at like the gym or in the supermarket like the weekend after, and you're like, what, do I say hi? Was she sober enough to realise that I was chewing her ear off, or is she gonna say hi? Honestly, like, I would really love it if someone was to come over to me and be like, oh my god, hi, you alright? I would be like, oh yes, I'm fucking brilliant. How are you? How are you? What's your dog's name? No, like, do you know what I mean? I'll probably say that, but that's just because of how awkward I am. What's your dog's name? Right. Toxic friendships. Oh god. One thing I say about toxic friendships are, treat friendships like relationships and boyfriends or girlfriends. You wouldn't really let a boyfriend mug you off to the highest. You'd chew his ear off. Like, you'd have so much to say about you. You'd be like, who do you think you are? Why you treat me like that? Like, you would literally argue with them. Like, you actually would. Like, I feel like sometimes friendships actually get away with murder. But all I'm going to say is treat them like relationships. If you would not let a boy treat you like shit, or a girl treat you like shit. Like, you wouldn't. Let's be real. So don't let your friends do it, because friends can be just as bad. And one massive thing for me is girl code. I don't know, it's a really sticky one. I feel like these are, I'm really being challenged with these questions. I'm trying to give advice. Yeah, it's really tough, that one. Any type of friendship or relationship takes energy, and like, you've got to like, you've just got to put so much into them, and they take a lot of your time and energy, and you know what I mean, you've got to focus on things like that. So for me, high maintenance friends, they just don't really work because I'm quite busy, and I'm a busy man. I wasn't busy a year ago, but I'm, oh fuck's sake, I've got no idea, but you know what I'm on about. How to deal with feeling down. I think it's different for boys and girls. The best therapy, right, I kid you not, is go in your car if you've got one, or a friend's car, or literally just put your earphones in, put a sad playlist on and just vibe. But then, once you've done that, put an upbeat song on, a bit of Beyonce, a bit of, you name it. Riding Solo by Jason Derulo always hits that spot. Always hits the spot. And just put that on afterwards, so you've gone through your sad girl hour and then you just upbeat again. So yeah, that's what I do. I'm exposing myself here. Or best thing, I was gonna sing a little bit for you then, but I don't think I want to be blessing you with the vocals. So yeah, that's a really good thing. Also, like, obviously speaking to people, going out with your mates. Also meditation, if you're into like the white witch stuff. So yeah, that's also another recommendation. Okay, do boys play games? I feel like I might get a bit of backlash if I say yes, but yeah. Oh yeah, they do. They're quite good at playing them as well. Obviously I can't sit here and say every male plays games. I mean, yeah, I think they do, but I think girls do sometimes. I think it's like all, like, you just have to know. Like, boys only play games if you allow them to play them. But boys think differently to girls. I mean, us females are yet to suss the male species out. Because they're a bit, like, hard to understand. Do you know what I mean? A bit, they hurt the brain a bit, but, actually the next one, and it's going to be the last and final one, because I honestly, kid you not, I've been talking at this camera for an hour and 15 minutes. Talking about what? I've got no idea. Okay, so the next one is time management. I once saw a quote, and I kid you not, it'll stick with me forever. And it was like, everyone gets the same amount of hours in the day. It's how you choose to work with them. And I was like, shit. I was like, that is so true. Because I'll look at, like, P. Louise, for example, is a massive makeup artist. And I like look at her sometimes, I'm like, oh God, she just does so much. But actually, she don't get any more hours than I do in a day. And then I think, well, I need to think about how I'm managing my time. And things like, so this evening I needed to get my YouTube done and I needed to get this video done. It's currently 10 to 10, but I needed to get it done, and like I need to edit it. So after this video I'll go and edit it. And like, I wanted to go to the gym, so I went to the gym. But I woke up at 7:30 this morning. Well, I could have woken up earlier and gone to the gym before work. So it's just like how you manage your time really. But I think having your focus on something, and like if you've got goals and stuff, is really important. I also think to-do lists are really good. So like, for example, let me show you what I do. People will think I'm like crazy. I quite like organising stuff, and I think organising like your day and stuff like that is really important to make sure you actually get it done, because my memory is literally like a tadpole. I don't really remember much, so I like have like to do next week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I need to make sure it's all done. That's what I do. I think it's really good for time management. I think to-do lists are great, and loads of things like that. I think it's really important to do stuff like that, just to make sure that you feel like you've done something and you've accomplished something. But I'm gonna have to stop talking at you now because my camera's about to die. But it's been actually so lovely sitting down with you all. I've not done it for so long. If you did enjoy the video, then please do go and subscribe and like down below. And I will be back with another video very soon. If anyone's got any video ideas, then please do let me know. Bye!